जाडू भरी। कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली। मुरलिया जाडू भरी, मुरलिया जाडू भरी, मुरलिया जाडू भरी। काली कमली ओढ़ के आए भक्तों के भगवान रे। तेरे मेरे नहीं पहचान रे। काली कमली ओढ़ के आए भक्तों के भगवान रे। तेरे मेरे नहीं पहचान रे। कैसा तूने रूप रेखाया तन लहराया मन लहराया। बालक तेरी गोर में आया रखन इसका मान रे। तेरी मेरी नहीं पहचान रे। काली कमली ओढ़ के आए भक्तों के भगवान रे। तेरी मेरी नहीं पहचान रे। बिना हाथ तो भोजन करता, बिन पाँव के चलता फिरता। बिना हाथ तो भोजन करता, बिन पाँव के चलता फिरता। सब कुछ सुनता कुछ नहीं कहता, सब कुछ सुनता कुछ नहीं कहता। अज गई तेरी शान रे। तेरी मेरी नहीं पहचान रे। काली कमली ओढ़ के आए भक्तों के भगवान रे। तेरे मेरे नहीं पहचान रे। तेरे मेरे नहीं पहचान रे। तेरे मेरे नहीं पहचान रे।
Sitaram, I'd like to warmly welcome you to the penultimate night of GDKM Devi Yagya. A special welcome is also extended to devotees who are viewing via our live stream on IETV. It is a blessing to have you join us virtually for a night of devotion. As the Navratri period emphasizes the female aspect of divinity, it is likewise helpful for us to uphold and worship the Devis in our everyday lives. Listening and amassing all the knowledge over the past few nights redound to nothing if we don't practice. Always remember, learning is of no value unless translated into action. I now hand you over to the Paramacharya, Pandit Hardev Prasad, who will lead us in devotion tonight. Dhanyavad.
बोली श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। Thank you very much, Vaishnavi. Mama, blessings to you. Devotees, blessings to all of you who have joined us as the journey continues. As you heard, it's a penultimate session, so tomorrow we conclude. And as Vaishnavi mentioned, I could read into it that the Devi in our lives, we need to focus upon them also to make it more practical. And strange, because that is what I have chosen to talk about tonight. Very good, Mama. So we prepare ourselves and we do invocation as is customary. So I want you to concentrate upon that Divine Mother in your own way. You pray as we seek blessings, we tune in to this, what we term to be divine frequency. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namah. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnanayanjan Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Gajanana Bhutaganadisevitam Kapitya Jambu Phalasara Bhakshanam Umasutam Shuka Vinashakaranam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam. Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam. Om Varnanamartha Sanghanam Rasanam Chanda Samapi Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako. Vande Vani Vinayako. Vande Vani Vinayako. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shraddha Rupena Sanstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Daya Rupena Sanstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah. Hey Devi Ma, Namastasyai Namastasyai Ma, Namastasyai Namo Namah. Om Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय, जगदम्बा माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। Devotees, I would like to seek the protective shelter of Bhagavan Shankar, Deen Dayalu Kripa Sagar Bhakta Vatsal. After which we will focus on Devi Ma. So visualize Bholinath, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Simple mantra. We seek the protective shelter of He who, as we say, the substratum, the state of non-duality, at one Brahm. Life is nothing but an empty dream unless we realize that Supreme. What else again is there in life? As last night we heard through the bhajan, in life everything we tera mera, mine and yours, and when the time comes to leave, we carry nothing, not even the body. This is very instructive in that what we need really is our divine. He makes a difference. शरण में आइए है हम तुम्हारी, दया करो हे दयालु भगवान। संभालो बिगड़ी दशा हमारी, दया करो हे दयालु भगवान। O compassionate Master, daya karo, have compassion upon me. As the days go by, earlier in my life, in my ignorance, I saw things differently. I looked at things from a different perspective. Again, with the passing of time and more experience in life, I realized how transient, impermanent this world is. On all sides, at the present point in time, so many disasters, so many problems. Who is really happy? How can we be without you, O Lord? Hence I seek you, the only reality that exists. I am weak, mantrahinam, kriyahinam, bhaktihinam, param Shiva. I have established my relationship with you. If you are the Father, I am the Son. If you are the Guru, I serve you. If you are that Supreme Purush, I unconditionally surrender to you. This is my relationship with you, O Lord. शरण में आइए है हम तुम्हारी, दया करो हे दयालु भगवान। संभालो बिगड़ी दशा हमारी, दया करो हे दयालु भगवान। शरण में आइए है हम तुम्हारे, दया करो हे दयालु भगवान। हमें बल है, ना हमें शक्ति, ना हमें साधन, ना हमें भक्ति। तुम्हारी दर्श की है हम भिखारी, दया करो हे दयालु भगवान। दया करो हे दयालु भगवन। जो तुम पिता हो तो हम है बालक, जो तुम गुरु हो तो हम है सेवक, जो तुम हो ठाकुर तो हम पुजारी। दया करो हे दयालु भगवन, दया करो हे दयालु भगवन। शरण में आए है हम तुम्हारी, दया करो हे दयालु भगवन। संभालो बिगड़ी दशा हमारी, दया करो हे दयालु भगवन, दया करो हे दयालु भगवन, दया करो हे दयालु भगवन। बोलिए श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। Devotees, we concentrate on Devi. We do Bhagavad Ashtakam, 8 verses composed by a great sage who is called Amar Das, and praising all the aspects of Devi. So, whichever aspect of Devi you feel a natural inclination to gravitate towards, is a different aspect of the same one Shakti that we heard a few nights when Devi appeared and out of her body emanated so many Devis otherwise. One Shakti, different personifications, different emanations. So visualize any form that pleases you best. Pray. Om Namostute Saraswati Trishula Chakra Dharini Sitambarabrite Shubhe Mrigendra Pita Sanchite Suvarna Bandhuradhare Sujal Rishiro Ruhe Suvarna Padma Bhushite Namostute Maheshwari Pita Mahari Bhirnute Swakanta Lupta Chandrabhe Saratna Mala Yavrite Bhavadi Kashta Harini Tamala Hasta Mandite Tamala Bhala Shobhite Girama Gochare Ile Namostute Maheshwari Swabhakta Vatsale Naghe Sadapa Varga Bhogade Daridra Dukha Harani Tiloka Shankarishwari Bhavani Bhima Ambike Prachanda Teja Ujjvali Bhuja Kalapa Mandite Namostute Maheshwari Prapanna Bhiti Nashike Prasuna Malya Kandhare Dhiyastamuni Varike Vishuddha Buddha Karike Suvarchitangri Pankaje Prachanda Vikramekshari Vishala Padmalochani Namostute Maheshwari Hatastvayasa Daitya Dhumra Lochano Yadarani Tada Prasuna Vrishta Yastra Vishtape Surhe Kritaha Nirisha Tatra Me Prabhama Lajjata Prabhakaras Tvai Dayakaresh Dhruve Namostute Maheshwari Nanada Keshari Yada Chachala Medini Tada Jagama Daitya Nayakah Swasena Yadhrutang Bhiya Chakopa Kampa Dachade Sachanda Munda Ghatike Mrigendra Nada Nadite Namostute Maheshwari Kuchanda Narchitalake Sitoshna Varanadhare Savarkara Nanevare Nishumbha Shumbha Mardike Prasida Chandike Ajay Samasta Dosha Ghatike Shubhamati Pradechali Namostute Maheshwari Tvameva Vishwadharani Tvameva Vishwakarini Tvameva Sarvaharini Nagamya Sirjitatma Bhihi Devauka Sanghite Rata Karoshi Daitya Nashanam Shatakshi Rakta Dantike Namostute Maheshwari Pathanche Samahita Imang Stavang Sadanuraha Ananya Bhakti Sangyuta Ahar Mukhesum Vasaram Bhavanti Tetu Panditaha Shuput Dhana Sangyutaha Kalatra Bhuti Sangyuta Vrajanti Chamritam Sukham Iti Shri Amardas Virachitam Bhagavad Ashtakam Samaptam Om Prathamam Shailaputri cha, Dvitiyang Brahmacharini, Tritiyang Chandagantiti, Kushmanditi Chaturthakam, Panchamam Skandamatiti, Shashtam Katyayaniti cha, Saptamam Kal Ratriti, Mahagauriti Chashtamam, Navamam Siddhidatri cha, Navadurga Prakirtitaha. Om Hrim Sim Chandikaya Namah. Jai Narayani, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Jai Ambe, Namo Namaha. So this bhajan devotees glorify the main three aspects of Devi, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, also called Rudrani, Durgama, Lakshmi Mata, Narayani, Saraswati Ma, Brahmani. So these names refer to the same, these three main aspects of Mahashakti. So let's all join. Jai Narayani, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Jai Ambe, Namo Namah. तेरा पावन सुमिरन करते अंतर में सुख भरता, रोम रोम में प्रेम तिहारा, मन में भक्ति बिखर जाता। जय कल्याणी जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। मन अंतर में मंत्र बनो तुम, जीवन ये गुंजा दो माँ। जन्म जन्म के संतपों को तेजस्वी अपन जला दो माँ। जय रुद्रानी जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। मंगलता की देने वाली, मन वांछित पर बरसाई। वारती हारी आंखें मैया, कोई खाली नहीं जाए। जय ब्रह्मानी जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। ध्यान भजन हम निष्दिन करते, मन में जपते नाम विमो। शरण परे तो एक सहारा, मैया तेरा चरण कमो। जयति शिवानी जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। जय नारायणी जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। जय जय दुर्गे नमो नमः। जय जय मैया नमो नमः। Holy Siyar Shakti Jagadamba Mata Ki Jai. So devotees, tonight I'm going to as I did one previous night, take our discourse from Sri Ramcharitamanas. And it will be focused on an aspect of Devi who many of us may not even consider to be Devi. Our Shakti Sri Sita Ma. Sita Ma, in case we don't know, is Shakti, that supreme energy in human form. Sri Ram is Brahm. Ram Brahm Paramarthi Rupa. And whenever that Brahm manifests, his Shakti accompanies him. So we are going to look at the life of Sri Sita Ma briefly and see what lessons we can gather from it. And Ramayana is a treatise on life devotees. It tells us what could happen in life, situation that can arise, and what we need to do, our attitudes, etc., to help us to achieve success. I like to put it like this: it is a blueprint for life, for all of us. Circumstances may change, but principles don't. We have to bear that in mind. So devotees, Sri Ram himself, they say his vehicle is dharma. So wherever he would be, dharma would be maintained, righteousness, right principles. So I want to, from my own heart, I want to glorify Bhagwan Sri Ram. And then we'll go into our discourse. If you can join me, feel free. The bhajan is similar. Jai Krishna Hari, Sri Krishna Hari. All we do. Who is Sri Krishna? Not Sri Ram? Same bhajan. Just instead of Krishna we say Sri Ram. Feel free to join me. Jai Ram Hari, Shri Ram Hari, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे. जय राम हरि, श्री राम हरि, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे. जय राम हरि. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. और कोई न खेवन वाला हो, और कोई न खेवन वाला हो. फिर तू ही बेरा पार करे. जय राम हरि, श्री राम हरि, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे. जय राम हरि. चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे. पूर्ण कर दे सब की आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा. जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे. जय राम हरि, श्री राम हरि, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे. जय राम हरि. तेरे दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम के माँ जपता रहा। तेरे दर्शन को, तेरे दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, मैं तरस रहा। तेरे दर्शन को, तेरे दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम के माला जपता रहा। भाव सागर से मोरी नैया, भाव सागर से मोरी नैया, क्षण में जाएगी न रहो। जय राम हरे, श्री राम हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय राम हरे, श्री राम हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। Devotees, we are aware of the fact that Lord manifests himself from time to time. And as I mentioned, when he does appear, Shakti accompanies him. See, Ram's avatar took place, and that Shakti appeared in Janakpur. So we have all, I would like to believe, heard this katha. We can't go into detail, I'm just touching it, to go through briefly the life of Sri Sita Ma. And the circumstances surrounding the appearance of Sita, notice I'm saying appearance. She was not born biologically. Who could give birth to the mother of the universe? We have heard that Janakpur was experiencing famine, drought, and all that occurred. Ravan had a hand in it, we won't go into details. When Janak consulted his guru, he was told, you have to perform a yagya, a sacrifice. Now, in those days, a yag wasn't like what we are doing now. Ramayana, Gita, Shiv Puran, etc. The yag consisted of that main Agni Kund, dug according to specifications, and 5 main priests conducting that yagya. Fire consecrated at an auspicious point in time, and Vedic mantras chanted. The celebrant as such, the main celebrant, wouldn't perform, he's not doing anything. He's sitting by himself in a place, the family will sit there, they are maintaining all the disciplines. But the holy ones alone, they alone conducted the ceremony. And series of mantras, just no discourses and so on. Just that ritual, very, very powerful, at the end of which something would always happen. Something good, that is. This was where Sri Ram was also born. As we say, born, guardedly. Putrishti Yagya. But in this case, it wasn't for Sita to be born. This is not Putri. How are you going to put Putrishti Yagya? No. Devotees, that yag was performed, and what the king had to do as part of that sacrifice, as I mentioned the very first night, and Gyanipak, the week before when I mentioned to you, yagi means sacrifice, self-sacrifice. Self-sacrifice, that is yagya. The king had to have a golden plough made, and with his own hands, with his queen, he had to plough the soil. He had many servants to do it, but that is not the sacrifice. He had to do it. And while Janak was ploughing that soil, the earth cracked open, and out of the earth appeared a Singhasan, a throne, in which there was that Devi, Bhumija Devi, that divine mother. And devotees, imagine, would we call that a miracle? Or would we call it the fulfillment of one's sincere prayer and sacrifice? And Hinduism tells us that is never, never impossible. As I mentioned time and again, air is everywhere. You can't see it. But if you cool that air sufficiently, it becomes liquid. If you can continue cooling it, it becomes solid. That Shakti, that energy is everywhere. We have to produce the cooling effect. What is the cooling effect? This is where the faith, the belief, the love, the conviction, Shraddha, Bhakti, all these wonderful qualities come in. That is the cooling effect that the devotee has to produce to make that divine, that formless, come into a form. And check all devotees who have seen some form of divinity, they all underwent this kind of sacrifice. It's for us too. Just sitting down and saying, God, 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 open God, you know. Attitude, mentally and otherwise, very, very important in prayer. Okay? So devotees, the king, queen, Srinainama, they made these intense sacrifices for the benefit of all. To release themselves, to free themselves from that famine and drought, a solution. Today they were seeing Devi Ma. And devotees, they were all ecstatic, overjoyed. And there, Devi Ma transformed into a baby girl. Sanghasan went back into the ground. And notice carefully what I am saying. She came out of the ground. She went back into the ground, into Mother Earth, Bhumija Devi. That baby girl was here. Began to cry. Sita Mata, for that was her name. That's who she was. Sunaina, the consort of the queen, of the king, she rushed forward. Mother's instinct. So mothers are. And this is where the focus is. Mothers. She picked up that child, embraced that child, as a mother would do. And devotees, she got the name, that child got the name Sita. They say the hind part of that plow was called something like that, Sita. And then Janaki. Janaki means as dear to one as one's own life. Sita Mata got that name, Janaki, Sita. Sita Mata appeared out of the earth, Devi Ma. Her appearance brought about transformation. Transformation. So notice also, through devotions, through self-sacrifice, no matter what the challenge is, when we tap into that energy is there, transformation can take place. There was joy in Janakpur. Ravan it was who planted that ghara, that earthen pitcher, filled with the sage's blood in Janak's kingdom. You see, Ravan wanted to get taxes from the sages, and they gave him their blood. But going with that was a srap. If you only open this to see what is in it, your entire race will be destroyed. Ravan didn't like Janak. So this thing was this one not liking that one from long, long time it existing, you know. Long time. And you know why? There was a Vedantic debate between Ravan and Janak. Ravan had just practical knowledge, theoretical knowledge. Janak was living the life. And in that debate, Ravan was, to put it in my terms, badly beaten, defeated. He couldn't compete with Janak. Janak had the first-hand experience, plus the knowledge was here. Applied knowledge, Gyan, wisdom. Ravan had talk only. See? But Ravan bore that in mind. They say like a snake. You hit him and you get away, he's waiting for you sometime. Ravan saw this as an opportunity to hit back at Janak. So he told his messengers, take this Gharan, plant it in Janak's kingdom, so nobody will know. So this will be, I think, going on a long time too. Planting things in people's yard. Don't fall for that, eh? No, not many people have this power to do that. And so devotees, what Ravan didn't realize, that what he did there was to plant the seed of his own destruction. This is why I'm mentioning it to you. He thought that will destroy Janak. That action caused Sita to come out of the earth, and Sita was the cause of Ravan's destruction. So simple, huh? When I dig hole for somebody else, who you think falling in it? दूसरों का दुख दूर करने वाले तेरे दुख दूर करेंगे राम. You remove others' unhappiness, that Lord will remove your unhappiness. You put your neighbor house in fire, your house will burn down. Nobody gets away from this. Practical in life. So devotees, the wicked ones, they think differently. But in time, Ravan will be destroyed. Sita Mata grew up in Janakpur. By the time she was 6 years of age, devotees, she had mastered all branches of knowledge. So when people say that girls shouldn't go to school, shouldn't learn, schoolwork, academic, go and learn to sew, go and learn to cook, make pulavi and kachori, and feed the man on them, our scriptures don't say that. The society has done that, going against what scriptures say. Sita Mata, she is Shakti. She mastered all forms of knowledge by the time she was 6 years of age. So the system I'm talking about, knowledge, education, key. Everybody should be educated. And they're just saying, you educate a man, you educate an individual. You educate a woman, you educate a family. The man never there. The mother always there. We can testify to that. So all these little statements, devotees, and all this is part of what, go back to last night, not a blade of grass can move without Shakti. This is the point. And the Shakti in our lives, the mothers, sisters and daughters, I'm speaking to you directly, you are the power in society. Of course, power can be used positive or negative. As I mentioned, electricity give you comfort and everything else. The wrong connection could burn down the whole house too. That is what energy is all about. So everything in the world of duality is positive and negative. So we have to focus on the positive. Devotees, the time came to marry Sita, she was 6 years of age. And I told you, when we mentioned, Pandit Umesh mentioned the first night was Smriti and Sruti. Smriti can change, Sruti doesn't change. Manu Smriti, I told you, said, a girl should marry a man 2.5 times her age. In those days, Sita Mata was 6, and when they got married, how old was Sri Ram? 15 years. Now that's not going to happen now. No child marriage. That system was different. This is why Manusmriti had to change for what we are doing now. So devotee, but Sita was married, and we all know these circumstances. I would like to believe, if you have to do Ramayana, we could have explained to you what it is. And even these kathas, people think they know them. You know the story. But all those kathas have direct relevance to each of us, metaphysically. Breaking the bow. Sri Ram broke the bow to get married to Sita. What is the bow in every one of us? That bow is in every one of us. The bow is part of the hindbrain called the medulla oblongata. That is not Sanskrit, that is Latin. The medulla oblongata, it controls all reflex actions within the body. All. Right? All, when we act, automatically we react to external circumstances. Ramayana tells us through that simple katha, breaking that bow means taking charge of these reflex, making them controlled. And then you can control all your actions, then that bow is broken. When that bow is broken, then Sita could marry Sri Ram. This is inner part of the katha now. But you think Sita could marry Sri Ram just so? When the bow was broken, many kings, including Ravan, who tried to break that bow, they couldn't even lift it. They decided to attack Janak, kill Sri Ram and take away Sita by force. What it tells us, devotees, the inner journey. When you break the bow, you know what happened? The kings begin to attack. And who are the kings? Anima, Laghima, the 8 Ashta Siddhi that we mentioned a previous night. Yeah? Anima, Mahima, Laghima, Garima, Prapti, Parakam, Ishita. We explained all this before. These, like kings, powers, you begin to attack. Powers. And many people reaching to this point of spirituality, now they become Siyaman. They want to see, they want to heal, they want to cure. And when you do that, what happens? You fall flat. Sita can't marry Sri Ram. You can't. You come to the point of non-duality. And the Katha tells us, Parshuram walked in. Parshuram, Paravairagya. The power of discernment, extreme discernment. You resist the forms of these powers and so on. That is not what you want. You want that supreme divinity, that state of non-duality. That Katha, devotees, deep. It tells us our journey. Our journey. Yeah? So when people think that Ramayana story, I challenge you. Devotees, Sita Mata underwent all this. She didn't have a choice in getting married. But she happened to see Sri Ram just before, all that part of divine plan. And when she saw Sri Ram, she is Shakti, Sri Ram is Brahm. This is Puran Prem, ancient love, so to speak. Before the dawn of creation, always existing. Sita Mata knew in her heart who she wanted. And what she did? She worshipped Devi. So Devi in Sita Mata's form is showing us what we should do. Worshipping Devi, Parvati Ma, so that she will be blessed with the right type of husband. You don't pick up any kind anyway. You worship, you prepare yourself. This in itself is a form of preparation, devotees. Preparation, spiritually and otherwise, to get into Grihas Ashram. Devi Ma must understand this again, what happened. When Sita prayed to this Murti conscientiously, Murti, she cried genuinely, she prayed, prostrating. There was a mala about the Murti's neck, it broke off and fell on Sita Mata's head. And not only that, the words came out from the Murti. They say, stone, marble, sunisya satya sisa hamari, pujahi manakamna tumhari. Listen, O Sita, to my blessings which are infallible. Devi is saying. Devi praying in Sita form, Devi in Parvati form, Murti responding. Whatever you have in mind shall come to fulfillment. So devotees, you see, you pray sincerely, nothing is impossible. That Swayambar, the test itself, with Sri Rama to break that bow, in itself was a challenge. Devi Ma blessed Sita, but Ravan came to pick up that bow. Banasur came to pick up that bow. Devotees, it was a very, very interesting situation. Perhaps to break the monotony of all the talk, that situation, Sita sitting, looking on there, expectation. Devi said to me, I shall have my heart's desire fulfilled. But what is happening? Tulsidas very nicely put it like this. Siya ke swayambar suhavana sundari, Siya ke swayambar suhavana sundari, Raghupati aaye Janak ji ke nagari, Raghupati aaye Janak ji ke nagari, Siya ke swayambar suhavana sundari, Siya ke swayambar suhavana sundari, Raghupati aaye Janak ji ke nagari, Raghupati aaye Janak ji ke nagari. बड़े बड़े भूपन की बाहल रख गई, गिर गई सिर के पगड़ी, बड़े बड़े भूपन की बाहल रख गई, गिर गई सिर के पगड़ी, प्रथम बानसुर रावण आए, प्रथम बानसुर रावण आए, उठे नहीं धनुष, उठे नहीं धनुष, हंसे सारी नगरी, रघुपति आए जनक जी के नगरी, रघुपति आए जनक जी के नगरी. जूते नारायण जनकपुर के, एक से एक अपने गुण गाए, जूते नारायण जनकपुर के, एक से एक अपने गुण गाए. तब गुरु आज्ञा से उठते श्री रामचंद्र, गुरु आज्ञा से उठते श्री रामचंद्र, गुरु आज्ञा से उठते श्री रामचंद्र। तोरा दिने धनुष, तोरा दिने धनुष, हाँ तोरा दिने धनुष, चमक सारी नगरी, रघुपति आए जनक जी के नगरी, रघुपति आए जनक जी के नगरी। तुलसीदास भजो भगवान, तुलसीदास भजो भगवान, तुलसीदास भजो भगवान। तू त गई धनुष, तू त गई धनुष, हाँ तू त गई धनुष, चमक सारी नगरी, रघुपति आए जनक जी के नगरी, रघुपति आए जनक जी के नगरी, ओ रघुपति आए जनक जी के। So devotees, it wasn't an easy journey. Who says life is easy? Who says that? Always challenges, always. Pratham Banasur Ravanai, Bari Bari Bhupan Bah, many kings from all about. Some of them could be Sita Mata great grandfather, but all of them come to get married. Yeah? And foremost amongst all of them, Ravan, 10th monster. He wanted to get married to Sita. But this of course has, inner meaning. Yeah? Sita in wants and the purified intellect, Ravan is ego. Could these two mesh? Can't happen. Can't happen. But try. But do feel to try. Ravan's philosophy. Devotees, with disdain, he looked at that bow. Arrogance. Remember last time we spoke about Abhiman? Yeah, what is that bow? What puni? Devotees, one hand, two hand, he swept from head to foot. His crown fell off and he couldn't even shake the bow. That bow humiliated him, not only humbled him, but he was humiliated. And what was his response? That bow have obia. Obia. So what in a man mind, that what you see? Devotees, Banasur, so many others come. And you can imagine Sita Mata's condition to see all these hardback men, so to speak, coming to break that bow. Suppose they break the bow. But devotees, in going through life, you have different emotions. Devi told me this. Devi tell me the right thing. Is it true? Can I firmly believe in Devi? Think and see what could go through the mind at that point in time. The doubts that could exist. And there comes a point in time, devotees, and this is an inner journey also, when you don't know if you think yes or no. It's neither yes or no. You can't think. It's a point of thoughtlessness. That's the point we're making. In life, so many times it's like this. It was at that point in time when Sri Ram broke the bow. Sita was very overjoyed. Yet, when it was time to place that mala about her neck, the kings attacked. Trouble again. Devotees, Parshuram disposed all of them. Sri Ram got married to Sita. Javate Ram Byahi Ghar Aaye Nitna Mangal Mur Badhaye. They got married, returned to Ayodhya Puri, bliss, ecstasy. Right? Sita Mata, there's a period of time in which they would live together, not husband and wife. And when the right point in time comes, they put together as husband and wife. This must understand with child marriage. Not that you marry a child 6 years and go live like husband and wife. No, there was a process. We can go into all that, for it no longer applies to us in Trinidad. Marriage age, 18 years and over. Not that you have to get married 18 years, but you can't get married before 18 years. All right? Prepare yourself. Acquire knowledge. Acquire all the skills for good living. Become independent. This is what we keep saying. In today's world especially. As some of the older people say, do depend on no man to mind you. Yeah? Because of the kind of men we have. Attitudes on all sides. Degenerating. Devotees, but things went very well for a time. 12 years they lived happily in Ayodhya Puri. 12 years. Sri Ram was now 27 years and Sita was Do the maths, boy. 12 years after 6 is how much? 18 years. When Kai asked for this Bardhan, 2 Bardhan, send Sri Ram to the forest, let my son Bharat become king. So now when Sita, and Sri Ram were about to be in this position, watch, like lime in milk, Sri Ram was sent into exile. What was Sita Mata's position? Sri Ram said, Sita, stay in Ayodhya. Sita said, no, oh Lord, where you are, that is my Ayodhya. So she took vows, she got married, and she lived by her word, by her principles. A man without principle is a person without honor. You have to maintain your principles to the best of your ability. This is dharma. She said, no, I'm not going to stay here. Where you are, that is Ayodhya. If you're under a tree, that is my Ayodhya. I'm married to you. So she had that allegiance, that love. And devotee Sri Ram, the Lord, the perfect master, he didn't object. Sita Mata had a choice. The husband didn't dictate to her, stay home, shut up, before boss him out. These things happen in society, right? That's not what scriptures say. This is what I mean by when from ever since I saying deviant behavior causes problem. And I can't take medicine for anybody deviant behavior, no? You do deviant behavior, you suffer the consequences. Jaisa karni, vaisa bharni. So devotees, Sri Ram ideal, Sita Mata ideal, how they behave. And Lakshman, of course, brother, Bhatri Prem Ramayan Gave. Ramayan sings the greatness of brotherly love. The 3 of them went into exile. So devotees, the forest, we go into the forest. Perhaps if you were to analyze, Sita Mata might say the best time in her life could have been when they were in the forest. She was Sri Ram, her Lord and Master, Lakshmanji, everything peaceful, happy, going really, really good. Peaceful. One day Sri Ram devotees, with his own hand, he plucked the wild flowers. And when you say wild flowers, they're called wild beauty. The wild flowers really beautiful. Yeah. Much better than conditioned flowers, if you understand what I mean. You mold them in a certain way. The blossoms in the forest, he plucked a whole set and he made a mala with his own hands. So who said that husband can't give wife mala? He placed his mala about Sita Mata's neck. Strengthening that bond between the 2 of them, as if it needed strengthening, but setting the example for mankind. You see? So from ever since, the wise ones, well, always giving the white flowers, whether they mean it or not. But this was a mala. That bond, imagine Sita Mata's joy. When you're in this kind of environment, you're missing anything? You're missing all the comforts of the palace? Devotees, wealth is not what you have, but how little needs you have. And Sita Mata was happy, overjoyed. She made the best of these circumstances. And genuinely so, not tolerating. They would tolerate, behind it now. And their guy Vex are gone. No. Sita Mata stood by Sri Ram's side. And this was her joy. Devotees, so that part of the forest, that life in the forest was very, very joyful. But remember, it's the world of duality. Where there is sukh, there is dukh. And we all know what happened. Sita Mata was abducted. But it's also good to pay attention to the fact that that whole story with Marich pulling Sri Ram away in front of the Golan there, calling Lakshman, Lakshman drew a line around that hut where Sita Mata said, Mata, please don't cross that line. Not that Lakshman was putting her in bondage. Lakshman put in a line of protection for her. And this is what many mothers, sisters and daughters don't seem to understand too. And we're trying to put a shield of protection, but sometimes you jump to the conclusion, you're trying to control my life. Think and see circumstances. You're living in the forest, wickedness, demons all about, strange circumstances, and I have to leave you alone. I must take precaution to protect you. That line was drawn. Don't cross it. Lakshman went away and Ravan came disguised as a sage. When he tried to cross that line, he almost burnt up. And then he said, Bhiksha dehi mam, I want Bhiksha. And Sita Mata saw this sadhu, sage, asking for alms. And when she about to give it to him, but she didn't cross the line, he said, no, I can't take anything from bondage. Now look and see, mother, sisters and daughters, the traps that can be laid for you too. Now I'm not saying you're stupid, I'm saying you have to be aware and alert. Because trickery comes in all kind of form, even in the guise of holy men. He said, no, trying to use principle, I can't take bhakshi from anybody in bondage, meaning that he wants Sita cross that line. And Sita Mata devotees, her intent was to do something good, she crossed the line. She could have crossed it, not Ravan. And Ravan abducted her. So also pay attention to the point, the fact that there's a line, there's a limit for everything. Don't cross it. You cross it to your detriment. Because not everything we can see nor understand. And it's not only for ladies, for men also. Always good to put systems in place to prevent yourself from falling. Yeah. They must always fall, because this world full of falsehood. Dunya kya hai, as I said, ek tamasha, char dino ki jhuti asha. On all sides falsehood. What you doing? You have to be constantly vigilant, aware and alert. So devotee Sita was abducted, and now you see how Bhagwan Sri Ram reacted. When there's genuine relationship, pure love, Sri Ram was crying. Whether he got srap or not, but it shows how man behaves. Crying for Sita Mata. He couldn't live without his beloved. Sita abducted, taken to Lanka. And devotees, Sri Ram in distress, Sita in distress. Sita in Ashok Vatika. And Ravan tried everything possible to get Sita to accept him. Importantly to note, Sita Mata never looked at Ravan to talk. Last night we spoke about the blade of grass. Sita Mata put a blade of grass on the ground. She talking to that. She talking to Ravan through that. She didn't even look at him. Yeah. She really kind of insulted Ravan in many ways. I mean, my message, Sri Ram will accept you. Now, I don't want to go and say anything bad against devotee, so. Ravan was very disturbed and so on. But he asked Trishata and others to frighten Sita. And Sita Mata reached to that point, asking the stars for fire to fall so she can burn herself. Asking Trishata, give me fire to burn myself, Mother. How could I listen to someone ill speaking Sri Ram? She couldn't bear that. This was genuine love for her husband. And in one sense, that Lord. Not fake, genuine. Yeah? And don't forget, the Lord knows the heart. You know why? Because he's the indweller. Can't fool him. Can't fool him. No games. Koi la kare chaturai, karma ka lekh mite na ribhai. Nobody gets away. Can't rub it off. Always best to maintain the right principles. Sita, in such terrible situation, she preferred suicide. Now, I'm not saying commit suicide, but she preferred suicide. In other words, why should I subject myself to this and compromise my principles? I prefer death. That is a way out. And in the past, in our society, in Indian society, when many husbands died, the wives used to burn themselves. Because they lived in very, very, volatile circumstances, unfriendly circumstances. Women alone could be in problem. They prefer die than subject themselves to invaders. And that is how they had this stupidness coming about, you burn yourself. Burning yourself, yes, not physically. According to Garu Puran, though many believe that. But some don't read it at all. Burning yourself means transforming yourself. But at that point in time, it was burning yourself, so they wouldn't subject themselves to any kind of indignities showered upon them by invaders. So devotees Sita Mata thinking. But Hanuman, we all know, went there, and he actually, somebody drowning, a ship would come by. He actually saved Sita Mata from drowning. But the point is, we have to understand that Sita never compromised her condition, her position, in no way whatsoever. This is what we call purity of thought, purity of mind, purity of action. Tan man dhan, 3 ways, all how, right? Devotees, Sita maintained her purity. She would never give in to Ravan. And we all know the battle took place. Sri Ram had to come, right, with his army, and war started with Ravan. Sita Mata in Lanka sitting there, not knowing what would be taking place. So many things, devotees, understand what Sita Mata had to undergo. And I'm saying in today's world, many, many wives have to undergo and are undergoing many such atrocities, indignities. They're fighting hard. But many, many, no matter what, they hold on to the principles. They don't compromise. They don't compromise. There's a positive in maintaining your principles, your duties. Sita didn't compromise. Dharma protects those who maintain dharma. So devotees, it happens in life and the battles begin. Alright? Battle begin. War. And we are all aware of the fact that at the end of it, Ravan was destroyed. Killed. Previous night, I read to you about a Ravan who abducted Sri Ram and Lakshman. They worship Devi also. And this Devi was sitting in Ashok Vatika, in that Lanka, waiting for her Lord and Master to come. Devotees, finally, she maintained her principles, she maintained her sacrifices, she maintained her devotions, she didn't waver in her beliefs. And that day came, Ravan was destroyed. Ravan was destroyed. Mandodari, the consort of Ravan, was in grief. Everybody on that side. Devotees, Ravan was cremated and so on. Vibhishan became king. Sita Mata in Ashok Vatika. Now she had to come back to her master. After this period of time, in bondage, so to speak. Now I can't in my own head go through what she would have gone through. Mothers, sisters and daughters, you would know. Women and men, we have different kind of temperament, different. We see things a little bit differently, we feel things differently, And I have to say, it is my own conviction, women are much stronger than men. Not physically I'm talking about, but sometimes too. But you see, mentally, you see this intestinal fortitude, they're very, very strong. This is because you are the Shakti, you are the energy. Make things work, make things happen, can change anything, is your power. But there's a process. So devotees, Sita is sitting there, she wouldn't run out all of a sudden to see Ravan dead, let me go and meet my husband, see Ram. No. Devotees, Sita Mata in Ashok Vatika, awaiting instructions. So what happened, devotees? After everything, all this, Vibhishan became king and so on, quickly all these things took place. It didn't take long. Important things were done first to stabilize the system. Stabilize the system. You couldn't leave Lanka without a king. So, right away, Vibhishan was coronated. Ravan's final rites were done. And don't ask me if they wait for 13 days before they could do anything, or if they wait for a whole year. Trinidad, somebody dead, you have to wait a year before you do anything, right? Hindus, no? Right away, everything was done. Okay? So, devotees, Sri Ram now decided it's about time. Where's my Sita? Let me get my Sita. So, Sita Mata, with great expectation, and even coming to the end with so much expectation, yet still, you can't tell, devotees. So, Sri Ram, he advised. Well, Vibhishan gave the instructions to, prepare Sita. Sita was given a wonderful bath. She was dressed with all the best finery, jewelry and so on and so forth. Divya Vasan Bhushan Paharai. Shivika Ruchir Saji Punilai. And Sita Mata was put on a palanquin. That's the English word, right? Yeah. That's what they carry in their shoulders long time. Yeah. Not a coffin, Palanquin. And she was being brought in that, covered and protected on all sides. And guards on all sides. Veta pani rakshak chahupasa. Chali sakal man param hulasa. Dekau bhalu kish sabai. Rakshak koti nivaran nahai. Now devotees amongst them, all the monkeys and bears. They fight in the whole, they give their life. They never saw Sita. Fighting, giving their life for somebody they never saw. So now they realize Sita is coming. So all the monkeys and bears jumping up, hoo-hoo-ha. They want to see Sita. And the guards hitting them back and chasing them back. Don't come near to Sita. It's just fear. Is it fear? I mean, so much, they give their lives, give up their homes and everything for Sita. To see Sita, the guards now beating them back. Sri Ram saw the devotees. This is the master. What he said? कहा रघुबीर कहा मम मानहु सीत ही सखा पयारे आनहु देखी कपि रामा देखी कपि जननी की नाई विहंसी कहा रघुनाथ सहाई जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम राम जय जय सीता राम जय जय राम कह रघुबीर कहा मम मानहु सीत ही सखा पयादे आनहु. Say, Ram, stop, he says, wait, what were my instructions? No, not angry and so on, right? What he said, my instructions were that Sita, how she should come here. Sita should come walking, not being carried in the palangpin and hidden, nobody could see her. She should come walking. Why? Dekhi kapi janani ki nai. So that these disciples of mine, the monkeys and bears as we call them, could look upon her as a child gazing upon one's mother. Smilingly, Vihasi kaha Raghunath Gosai. Smilingly, Sri Ram said that. Devotees. So you see, Sri Ram's intention here was to make those who sacrificed for Sita and for Sri Ram happy. Let them see. Now if Sita Mata didn't have the right understanding, devotees, right, which happens in life, people misunderstand and misinterpret actions, she would say, I go in the palanquin, Sri Ram want to make me walk, making life hard for me. Sita didn't think that. Sita knew that Lord had a plan. There's a reason for everything. You understand the point I'm talking about, how actions could be grossly misunderstood? All based upon our own expectations. Sita didn't have that kind of expectation. All expectation was that I want to be with my master. Walking, being carried in the palanquin, flying pushpak bima, I don't care. I just want to meet with Sri Ram. So Sita Mata didn't have any negative reaction, none whatsoever. As a matter of fact, her mind was so fixed. Obstacles are seen when we take our eyes off our goals. Her eyes were on Sri Ram, objective expectation. Nothing else mattered to her. And here Sri Ram devotees made everybody happy. This is the Lord. He thinks about everybody, not only tunnel vision. Important. So devotees, all the monkeys and bears, very, very happy. Nabate Suran Suman Bhav Barshe, from the above regions, the devatas showered flowers upon that spot. Dhanya Hai Sri Ram. Look at how considerate and compassionate Sri Ram is. Even monkeys and bears, he considered them. Not because they are monkeys and bears, because of their sacrifices. What they did was like a yagya, self-sacrifice. Everything they sacrificed for Sri Ram. Devotees. So, let's go on. Sita is coming on foot. Everybody happy, great joy. Where there is joy, no sadness. When Sita Mata reached a certain point, devotees, Sri Ram, he said, Sita, stop right there. You go, real simply, right? Sita, and devotees, the question was that, you stayed here for this period of time. How do I know that you are chaste, that you are pure, that you didn't compromise yourself, or you were not compromised? Now, this was why I mentioned to you before, the sacrifices Sita made. Talking to Ravan through a blade of grass, that discipline she had. Now, Sri Ram knew all that, but Sita Mata, no devotee, she in a position. Her very purity was questioned. And this happens in life too to many wives. And the question is, you have to answer. How many of you could, with courage, conviction, stand up to this kind of challenge? Same thing for the husband too. So if I do talk about the husband, people say, well, here talking about the man, talking about the lady only. Yeah? It's for everybody, but here the katha is on the Shakti. The women, devotees. Question. Sri Ram had a plan. Right? Sri Ram said, Sita, you have to prove that you are pure. And Sri Ram said, Lakshman, collect firewood, prepare funeral pyre, a chitta. We're going to burn Sita. Devotee, that funeral pyre was prepared. But you could imagine Lakshman. Boy, me again? Anything like this is me? You have to ask, when I get struck down with Shaktiban in the forest, in the battlefield, I caused Sri Ram so many problems, Otherwise, when we abducted, I again in that. Now when time for Sita Mata, what does Sri Ram wants to do? I have the funeral pyre? But devotee, he never disobeyed Sri Ram. Never disobeyed Sri Ram. You're in a position, sometimes you may not understand. And this is important to know too. When Sati wanted to test Sri Ram in the forest, Sri Ram and Lakshman were looking for Sita. Shiv Puran tells us. Searching. Bhagwan Shankar and Sati, they were coming back from Agas Baba ashram. And from a distance, Bhagwan Shankar bowed to Sri Ram. Jai Sachidanand Ghan. Sati said, Prabhu, people worship you as the Lord of the universe. You call him that Punch Sachidanand? What is this? Then Bhagwan Shankar said, Sati, if you have doubt, go test him. No? And this again is to show the negative side of women's nitya. Sati didn't believe Shivaji. She said, I will go and test Sri Ram. And what she did? She disguised as Sita. And when Sri Ram, Lakshman coming from one direction, she came from the other direction. Lakshman devotee, the point I want to make was, when he looked, he said, what, Sita coming? In the last avatar, now, Ram avatar always takes place. Ram Anant Gunani. Devotees, Lakshman is thinking, last avatar we took, we killed Ravan before Sita come. But now Sita coming before we kill Ravan? What is this? He's in doubt, but he's smart. Don't open your mouth if you don't understand something too much like this. The Lord's play. Keep it calm. Watch and see what pans out. And it's a good thing. Because that was not Sita. That was Sati. Sati, Sita. Same syllables, different positioning. And devotees, Sati embarrassed herself. And when she went back and Bhagwan Shankar asked, Sati, did you test Sri Ram? No, Lord. I just went above, then I come back. She told a lie. She told a lie. And here the scriptures tell us that sometimes in situations, this is how people behave. The mothers, sisters and daughters also could be guilty of some at this times. I'm not saying, those are calling you a liar, Sometimes you have to do it. Husband behaving bad with the children, you have to tell a lie to save the children. You understand all them things? Yeah. But devotees, this is what happens. So Lakshmanji devotees, I can't question Sri Ram. Sri Ram knows best. And he set up that and then kindled fire, and Sri Ram said, Lakshman, Sita, you have to go into fire. If you are pure, nothing will happen to you. This is the test you have to go through. The fire test, as we call it, devotees. And this is a physical fire. Many mothers and sisters, daughters in today's society, they have to go through plenty fire tests. Plenty fire tests. Right? In various forms. Different types of abuse, etc. We are all aware of that. We know it. Some come with flying colors. Some become victims. Sita Mata devotees, she didn't have a moment hesitation. She went into the fire, she said, Jo man bach karam mama uramahi, taji raghubir an gati nahi, to Krishanu sabki gati jana, mo kaha ho sikhand samana. Conviction, belief in the self. She said, if in mind, word and deed, I have been truthful to my Lord and Master Sri Ram, there was nobody else, nothing else in my mind except Sri Ram. And oh fire, appealing to again, you know, you are the indweller in all. All we have again Tatvanas. You are the Sakshi. You are the witness in everything, to everything that is done. You are the witness. Material witnesses could lie. They could make up, you know. They could do things otherwise. That Sakshi, that inner witness doesn't lie. You know everything. You have seen everything. Let this fire become very cool for me. It mustn't burn me. If I maintain my purity. So you understand? From the point of, she had the conviction because she did not compromise herself in any way whatsoever. And devotees, when I mention that you're alone, you know. You have to prove that. Your compromise is your problem. You have to face up to it. Sita Mata entered into the fire. Jai Sri Ram. And devotee, that fire assumed the form and took Sita by the hand and went to Sri Ram and said, Sri Ram, Sita is the epitome of purity. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Have no doubt. Sri Ram did that, devotees, because he knew, think he wouldn't know, that sometime down the road, some ugly looking dhobi will start to question and say, how you know Sita Mata pure? Sri Ram, all this, you see, one simple action is how you take it. If you look at the action alone, great mind reflect upon principle, mediocre mind upon events, and undeveloped minds on people. Sri Ram devotees did that for principled position, to protect Sita Mata's character. Others may think, why are you doing that? Sita Mata dying for him so long, he makes you go to fire again? Wrong thinking. Sometimes we don't understand, we jump to conclusions. Yeah. Sita Mata, no doubts in her mind. It was about her. So devotees, Sri Ram did this to protect Sita, to protect her chastity, her character, to prevent evilmongers, you know, from talking rubbish, so she can go back to Ayodhya Puri to become the queen of Ayodhya. A woman's greatest jewel is her character. Now, how much change you could be anything, no? Your character. Devotees, everybody was pleased and happy to see that Sita Mata passed through this fire test. But we all know, I hope you know, that before all these goings on way back, Sri Ram had asked Sita, pure Shakti, kindle fire. Sita, reside in fire. And there's a form of yours called Vedvati. Well, Vedvati, a sage, had a daughter whose name was Vedvati. Ravan interfered with her and she gave Ravan a srap. I will destroy you. You exist in fire, reside in fire. Let Vedvati assume your form. And devotees, so for all intents and purposes, it wasn't Sita, pure Shakti, who was abducted. Ravan could abduct Shakti. But according to the story, it was Vedvati in Sita's form. But the lessons remain the same, as we say. So when Sita was made to go through the fire test, the inner part of it also was that Shakti would come out and Vedvati's time would be concluded there. You understand? Why Lakshman didn't open his mouth when he shouldn't. Because you can't understand the bigger picture. Sri Ram knew the bigger picture. He's the Lord. You see? And so devotees, Sita Mata, great rejoicing, passed through that, embraced by Sri Ram. Lakshman bowed on the feet, and with great rejoicing they returned to Ayodhya Puri after 14 years in exile. Happiness. Again, Sri Ram became Raja Ram. And to, just to point out the attitude, remember when Hanuman, when Bibhishan put that mala around Sita Mata's neck, Sita Mata wanted to give that mala to Hanuman Baba. Sita Mata is the queen, but not only to Hanuman, but she wanted to give it as a gift. What she did? She looked at Sri Ram and she smiled. She didn't even talk, just a smile. And Sri Ram knew exactly what she wanted. Even though Sri Ram was king, look at this attitude. This is my wife, better half as we say. She has a right, she has her own individuality, she has her own choices to make. But yes, she's consulting me. Why should I prohibit her in any way whatsoever? Sri Ram just said, Sita, give it to whoever your wish is. Look at attitude, the examples we get. Now, we as men do behave so, right? Do we? Nah, we the boss. You're giving somebody else a mala? You're giving somebody else a chain? I kill them, Yeah. Devotees, I talk about the kind of relationship between the ideal mother and father of all creation. Sita Mata ideal, Sri Ram ideal. And I've always said, you cannot expect men, fathers, brothers, sons, you can't expect to have a Sita when you are a Ravan. It can't happen. And mothers, daughters, sisters, if you are a Sita, you will never get a Ravan. It won't happen. And if you're not, something happens in between. You go through processes. So devotees, all that went on, but again the world of duality. Nothing lasts forever. That ugly dhobi, I saw him. The dhobi questioned when his wife left home. And he made a statement, don't come back in my house if you think I am Sri Ram to let my wife stay by some man's house for some, you know how you would say it, right? And take her back, you're wrong. And devotees, this is important to note again. I say this a long, long time, years of saying this. Before, people couldn't live without Sita. Sita was made to pass through the fire test. She was the queen of Ayodhya, mother of purity, not a speck of negativity on her life. Yet not a single person in Ayodhya Puri opened their mouth to tell that dhobi, why do you shut your mouth? Nobody defended Sita. This is how society is. This is how society is. So you want to play to society, Jaisa Kach Kache, Vaisa Nach Nachi. How the drum beat, you dance. Some of us prefer to beat the drum ourselves and dance ourselves. Yeah. You do what you have to do, but society is like that. They support you today, they kick you tomorrow. As I said previously, people don't miss people. They miss what people could do for them. Little lessons to learn in life. Devotees, Sri Ram decided he must send Sita back into the forest. For the benefit of the people. Self-sacrifice for the benefit of Ayodhya Puri. Because nobody defended Sita. But all this is part of the ploy. Went back into the forest and Sita, as we say, gave birth to love and Kush. Right? So we continue. But at the end of it all, Sita came out of the earth and she went back into the earth. That Shakti, that energy, that manifestation came to an end, leaving wonderful examples behind for all of us to follow. Wonderful examples. And devotees, just to listen to the kathas of Sita, it is said, especially for mothers, sisters and daughters. As Ramayana says, Anuswaya told Sita, if your shadow were to cause somebody, that person becomes genuine and pure. Your shadow alone, Sita. Now that shadow, I mean a physical shadow now. Understand what it means. And devotees, society is much richer and better off for these kind of mothers, sisters and daughters. Society needs you. Without you, society can't go forward. And we know that times, because of whatever reasons, a lot of negativities, foolishness, you undergo a lot of hardships. You may have to go through many fire tests. Not one. Sita went through one. Some of you go through many. Stay strong, keep your focus, and believe in Divine Mother, and success will be yours. It's bound to be yours. But one point we bear in mind, that we need you. If you look, all this yagya we're doing, who are the main forces behind the yagya? Me? Not me, no? All these ladies. Check anywhere. The ladies, the Shakti, they are behind everything. Yeah? So you have a very important role to play. Understand and live up to these expectations. You're doing well. And remember, at the end of it all, you are on your own journey. Don't compromise. So I pray for the blessings of Devi to be on all. And I end by saying again, fellas, you can't expect to have a Sita if you like a Ravan. So we have a part to play, a great part to play. Okay? There is no Sita without Ram, no Ram without Sita. When Sita went into the earth, you know what Sri Ram did? He did a yag. He made a murti of the gold of Sita Mata and put it there. Nobody else knows, you know? No auntie and thing. You know, when people look at auntie and thing, this along there. Yeah. Okay, devotees? So life is about with one principle. But base point is that the Shakti is important. We need you. Bole Siyar Shakti Jagadamba Mata ki. We'll conclude here, devotees. We'll make preparations for the final Havan. And while this is being done, so let's glorify Sri Ram in a simple way, no, devotees? Yeah, simple Kirtanam. Join me, everybody. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Hey Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Dina Bandhu Kripa Sindhu Antaryami Tribhuvan Swami Antaryami Tribhuvan Swami Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Hey Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Purana Kama Jai Shri Rama. He Sukh Dhama, He Param Dhama. He Raghu Rama, He Mama Dhama. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. He Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Raghukula Bhushan Janaki Jeevan. He Raghunath, He Paramnath. He Raghunath, He Mamanath. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. He Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Dasharatha Nandana How Bhai Bhanjan. Kahatau Mahapati Suno Jag Prani. Kahatau Mahapati Suno Jag Prani. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. He Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. Ram Ram Bhaju Man Hare Hare. बोले श्री राजा रामचंद्र की जय. आज शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय. Michael, little bit each time, put it all around. Om Ganganapataye Namah Swaha. See Gauri Mata Swaha. Put it in space one side so it won't fall inside the middle. Prithvi Mata Swaha. Panchalokpal Devaya Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Sri Suryari Navgraha Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Brahmagnaye Namah Swaha. Om Rim Shim Chandikayai Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Shri Rim Saraswatyai Swaha. Shri Hanumate Namah Swaha. Das Mahavidya Devyam Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Sarvadevi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Shri Sita Ramachandrai Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Radha Krishnaya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Ishtadevaya Swaha. Om Shri Kuldevaya Swaha. Om Shri Asthan Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Gram Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Itarkaram Pradhan Devaya Swaha. 5 times again, Michael. Om Shri Vastu Devaya Swaha. 33 crore Devta Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Sarva Devta Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Anand Swarupai Brahmane Namah Swaha. Om Shri Guruve Namah Swaha. Offer Paul. All right, wash out your hand in Italy. The lota have more water in it? All right, wash it out. Please all stand, devotees. All right, pick up the leaf we put there for you. All right, concentrate on Lord Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Namah Sharvaya Shantaya Shambhave Shambhave Namah Vidyeshwar Namastubhyam Bhuteshwar Namostute. Om Purnamidah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Offer it one side in the fire. All right. Using next lota water. Right? Pass water only fire 3 times. Om Sarva Papa Harang Dibyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam Ajmanang Chamaya Dattam Grihatam Purushottamaha Brahmagnaye Namah. Bow to the flame 5 times. Bole se Yar Shakti Jagadamba Mata ki jai. Let's join together, devotees, now Aarti. Marker, you know what to do, right? Aarti. Jai Ambe Gauri Maiya. Jai Shama Gauri Maiya. Jai Mangal Murati Maiya. Jai Anand Karani. Tumko Nishad Nadhyavat Hari Brahma Shivaji. मांग सिंदूर विराजत तीखो मृगमद को उज्ज्वल सीधु नैना चंद्र बदन को कनक समान कलेवर रतांबर राजय रक्त पुष्प गल माला कंथन पर साजय के हरिवाहन राजप खर्ग खपर धारी सुर नर मुनि जन सेवक तिनके दुख हारी कानन कुंडल शोभित नासाग्रे मोती कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर समराजत ज्योति शुंभ निशुंभ विधारे महिषासुर घाती धूम्र विलोचन नैना निषदिन मदमाती चंद मुंद संहारे शोणित बीज हरे मधुकैत भदु मारे सुर भयहीन करे ब्रह्मानी रुद्रानी तुम कमलारानी आगम निगम बखानी तुम शिव पतरानी चौसत योगिनी कहवत नृत्य करत भैरू बाजत ताल मृदंगा और बाजत डमरू तुम हो जग की माता तुम ही हो भरता भक्तन की दुख हरता सुख संपत्ति करता भुजाचार्य अति शोभित वर मुद्राधारी मन वांछित फल पावत सेवत नर नारी कंचन थाल विराज अगर कपूर बाती श्रीमाल के तुम्हें राजत कोटि रतन ज्योति श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे Devotees, tonight we'll close with Sita Ram mantra. We have spoken a lot about Sita Sri Ram, so let's close with that Maha mantra. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram kahiye. Chandat Neem devotees. एक बोलो श्री सीता राम, सीता राम, सीता राम, जय सीता राम. बोलो श्री राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम, राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम. बोलो श्री सीता राम जय राधे श्याम, सीता राम जय राधे श्याम. बोलो सीता राम जय सीता राम. बोलो राधे श्याम जय राधे श्याम. बोलो सीता राम जय राधे श्याम. शिव हरे शिव राम सखे प्रभु त्रिविधताप निवारण हे विभु. अज जनेश्वर यादव पाहि मां. शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्. शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्. प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनुहरि ॐ आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरी ॐ गच्छ तुलश्रेष्ठ स्वस्थाने परमेश्वर हे परमेश्वरी गच्छ तुलश्रेष्ठ स्वस्थाने परमेश्वर यत्र ब्रह्मादयो देवास् तत्र गच्छुतासनं ॐ लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजया येषामिन्द्रि वर्षां हृदयस्थो जनार्दन ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं हि परमेश्वरी यत् पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ गच्छ त्वं भगवन् अग्नि स्वस्थाने कुण्डमध्यतः हुतम् आदाय देवेभ्यः शीघ्र देहि प्रसीद मे ॐ ब्रह्मग्नये नमः ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम् बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय जगदम्बा माता की जय उमापति महादेव की जय प्रभु श्री रामचंद्र की जय सीता रामचंद्र की जय पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय उदय शाह जगन्नाथ की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की शुभमस्तु ब्लेसिंग्स टू ऑल काइंडली बी सीटेड devotees.
Sitaram, just as Devi Ma is Shakti, catalyzing the power of spiritual evolution in each of us, so too is the presence of a true Guru in our lives. Thank you, Guruji, for your ongoing devotion and dedication in this, the sixth night of devotions. Our thanks will not be completed if we did not acknowledge our Surta for tonight, Michael, both our physical and online audiences, and of course the audio-visual team that makes these broadcasts possible each night. We wish you a warm thank you. A gentle reminder that tomorrow will be the final session of devotions for our Devi Yagya as we conclude with Kanya Puja. Puja starts at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and you are welcome to bring your prasad to make your offerings. We ask that you kindly partake in arti and specially prepared meals at the front before leaving and returning safely to your homes, as we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you, and Sitaram.
Thank you, Savita. Michael, let me say blessings to you. And Michael's birthday is Tuesday. Happy birthday. Round of applause for Michael. He sat and performed puja. And Michael, you're so blessed. Your godmother is here tonight. Yeah? Earlier in the week, indisposed, all of them. But maybe it's your good karma. Godmother and godsister here tonight with you. So, Aarti, blessings to you. And Vaishnavi, grandmama, Prasad. Blessings to you, mama. Nice to see you. Right? And I'm sure Michael will feel very, very happy. Michael get blessings. Even Guru is in his post, he can't be here. His blessings, I'm sure, with you. Alright? So, many more happy birthdays. How much? 10 years you have to shoot on Tuesday? Alright, how much it is? How much? 61? Okay. All right. Blessings, Michael. You did very well. Handsome young man. All right? And very, very much active in Gyan Deepak Kirtan Mandali. Plenty merits for that. Plenty blessings. Okay? Very pleased with you. And your brother didn't come tonight with you? You didn't see him yet? Oh, yes, yeah. He's your elder brother. So should do his arati and thing by Panit. Yeah, I mean, and he has been a member of Gyan Deepak, an exemplar for so many people. Don't forget to do his arati afterwards, right? When you go home to get the mummy and daddy's blessings. Important. Okay? So blessings to you. Happy birthday and all the best. And devotees, remember tomorrow now. I think the layout will be so you won't be surprised, right? Like how we normally do it. Along that railing there, right, Annie? The Kanyas will be sitting there, right, facing east. And those of you who have been fasting and so on, you know, it's quite some time we didn't do Kanya Puja. So just in case you forget now, right? In years gone by, people come with a big garbage bag with gifts, full of gifts to give to the children and so on. Make them happy, that's nice. Very, very good. Nobody say you have to do, I'm suggesting. You know, you do each one puja, you give a gift to each one. This is blessing they representing the Nav Durga. Tomorrow the discourse might just be about that. The 9 Durgas, 9 forms of Devi, and the actual worship of them, what benefits you, what you're going to get from it. Simple discourse. So to justify what we are doing, based from Devi Bhagavad. So tomorrow Kanya Puja. Now, those of you who would like to make offerings also, Devi Puja, we'll do Devi Puja there first, and then you will come and do Kanya Puja. Now, if people not prepared to do Devi Puja, but you want to do Kanya Puja, it's quite okay. Quite okay. Kanya Puja, you can do it if you didn't do Devi Puja. You want to do both, highly recommended. Right? It's a special day, special occasion we have, do it nice. And these children devotees, this is one way the Hindus have of indoctrinating the young girls into the system. Treat them with respect, regard, and so on and so forth. So they grow up with this, and we continue to treat them with that kind of respect and regard as they get older in life. And of course, they conduct themselves in such a manner that society respects them. Firstly, they respect themselves. This is very good. So Hinduism has many different dimensions. Kanya Puja is very essential. Now, don't come tomorrow and ask me, Baba, I see someplace, they put 9 girls and 1 boy. Very boy day. So some of them say they put 9 Kanya and 1 boy for Bhairu. I'm Bhairu, I was wrong here. Alright? We have not been doing that. Maybe once, I think, Abhinav started because he wants to be the sister. Alright? If you want to do that, no problem. You give up. Now, some people again in the past, you have little attitudes, you know. Why should these 9 girls alone get gift and you have others who are not getting gift? People question that, eh? I'm fully aware of this. And sometimes this takes away from the sacrifices you are making. Believe me. Now, if you don't create a difference, but it is up to you, you want to bring gifts to give everybody, feel free. That's quite okay. But I'm saying the attitude must not be like that. Why only these 9 girls? And then sometimes we have a little problem. She daughter, why do you bring she daughter here for? Don't make it a business now. Your business is to do Kanya Puja. Do it conscientiously from the heart. And merits will come to you tremendously. So no negativities. We have been building very good vibrations. Let's keep it that way as we conclude tomorrow evening. Okay? Prasad, you can make. Don't get Prasad, I ain't talking about that. Tomorrow Prasad. So, Lapsan Suhari, you know, for Devi, if you can make it Lapsan Suhari, right? Whatever. But the bhajan says, Dhupa Deep Naiveda Arti Mohan Bhog Lagaya. Mohan Bhog Lagaya. So, once a Pandit catch me, he say, how did I catch you? You say Mohan Bhog Lagaya, and they say no, Lapsan and what? And Suhari Lagaya. Yeah? So I have to tell him, I say Mohan Bhog means for the enjoyment of Devi. So it doesn't mean Mohan Bhog, the Parsad we make here. So what I am saying, you want to make it Lapsan Suhari, feel free. You want to make the Mohan Bhog, if you call Mohan Bhog, feel free. You want to have fruits alone, it all depends upon you devotees. It all depends upon you. Remember, God not hungry. You're doing this as an act of offering, a sacrifice. So don't stress out yourself, but don't be lazy. Do the best you can. Self-effort, self-sacrifice is what is required. Okay? Now, some people have the question that they offer in Dhar, but we don't have 9 days in Navratam. And if we finish Navratam tomorrow, what to do? So if you like to offer 9 lotas of Dhar, you could finish all tomorrow morning, or you could hold on till Monday morning and finish all. 9. If you are custom offering 9. So this kind of, mindset that we have. But devotees, don't let it be a problem. You remember devotion? Don't be bogged down by these mechanical kind of things. Simple love. And do the best you can. Okay? So, we are coming to the end of a wonderful period of time. Don't destabilize yourselves in any way whatsoever. And don't focus on trivial things. Sometimes somebody asks you, what time Navratram finishing? Well, I would tell you time, Right? Navratram finishing Tuesday morning. 15 seconds, 25 minutes to 6. I'll wait on the 15 seconds to 6, I'll wait. You could do that? By the time you say 15 seconds gone. You're so obsessed with this kind of timing. No devotees, don't get carried away. Alright? Just do what you have to do, simplicity. Durgama always here. Alright? So I'm trying to get you to get out of this kind of mindset. Just pray sincerely. Pray sincerely. Okay? Alright. So tomorrow, look forward to seeing all of you, and devotions will continue. Michael, stand up. You want to tell him anything? Nah? Yeah, tell him, Sitaram, bye. Sitaram. Blessings, devotees. Receive your refreshments and safe journey back home, everybody. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. 3 o'clock.